So right now I want to talk about the tight-knit community of a few people on YouTube that I found that I hope to one day join and make friends with and be a part of. But before I get to that, I first want to mention a little bit of a struggle that I had with this game. Right before recording, I wanted to use my MFI controller made for iOS, is what MFI stands for. I have a SteelSeries Stratus, which is basically a small handheld controller that works with iPad, iPhone, and iOS devices for certain apps that have support. And Don't Starve recently added controller support. So I was very excited to try that out, and it works awesome. It works great. Don't Starve on PC, let's say I have it on Steam, it works great with the controller. So I had this whole rig, I had a Bluetooth speaker, I had my Bluetooth controller, and it was all going super well. And part of why I chose Don't Starve is because it has this native recording function inside of it. As you can see in the top right next to the days, right to the left of it has a record button, or a stop button, because it's already recording. And I don't have a capture card as of right now. I'm doing this all on my phone actually. I recorded this through the app, and I'm talking into iMovie. Because as of right now I don't have a fancy microphone, I don't have a fancy capture card or the components to connect it to an iOS device. I do have a fancy phone though, an iPhone 6s Plus, so I'll use what I have. Anyway, when I connected the controller, which is very finicky, when I connected it to my phone, it, besides often disconnecting, and I even updated the firmware just today, and it worked okay at first, but started disconnecting again. Basically the buttons on the right, the map and pause button, they go away when you have the controller connected. And I went to, so the GUI changes, that's what my point is. And so I have my controller plugged in, and you can touch the screen and move the character while they're not plugged in, connected, wirelessly. I had my controller connected, and you can move your character with the touch screen still. But if you go to touch the record button, it doesn't work. And I eventually jerry-rigged it to where I would open the app, hit the record button, turn on the controller with Bluetooth already being on my phone, hope it connects, which it usually doesn't. You have to go into the settings and pair it, and do forget this device, and so it'll work, because it has this weird state where it's connected, or it's paired, but it doesn't work. And so most of the time it would just become paired, but not actually work in the game. And one time which was the last time, because I didn't need to move on any further with that method, it was recording and the controller connected, and I thought, here we go, I can record and play with the controller at the same time. I press the A button on the controller and it stops recording. I press the A button on the controller again and it starts recording. So you can see how that can be a problem. So I decided to use touch controls, which is fine. I wanted to use the controller, but oh well. So this leads me back to what I wanted to say. There's a YouTuber, his real name is Wood, but his screen name is Beatemups. He's one of the more recent people that I found in regards to retro gaming and game collecting. Some of the other people I found were Metal Jesus Rocks. He's a great personality. He has a huge collection. He has great stories about when he worked at Sierra Games. RGT85, Nihongo Gamer. Those are all great people that I found. As well as all of Metal Jesus' crew, Kinsey and Kelsey and all them. So anyway, Beatemups, I've been watching a lot of his videos, and he has basically poured his heart into the recording, and he said a lot of stuff about his life, and he's connected with me at least. Like, I hope that's at least something for him. If he hasn't connected with anybody, he's connected with me, with what he says about his life. There's this one video where he was talking about his childhood, and he wasn't allowed to use the microwave, so he didn't know how, or he didn't have one, or something like that. And he goes to a friend's house, and he asks their mom, how do I use this microwave? And they're like, oh, just use it. And he's like, I don't know how. And they're like, oh, just use it. And he's like, okay. And he sticks the fork in the microwave and it explodes. And so I was using my microwave earlier to microwave soup, and I almost left the spoon in the bowl. So I was like, oh, I almost pulled the wood. I don't even know this guy, but it's like he's my friend. Just from what he shared, what he's made available of his life to anybody that wants to watch. So that's one of my aims with doing this commentary, is for people to look into my life if they want to, and to connect, not just one-sidedly, because I don't know how much time it'll take for Beatemups to see this. Hopefully he does, but if anything, I want it to be a double-sided thing, where if people are able to connect with me through watching the videos, I want to be able to connect with them back. And that's basically like a relationship builder that reaches infinitely across the world for anybody with internet. And that's an amazing concept to me. That's what I'm looking to foster. Plus, I just want to do this. I love video games so much. So that's my aim with all this. Hope you guys have fun listening, because I have fun talking.